Gentlemen, yep, it's time. Welcome back to, that intro was weak, wasn't it? Welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 176. So here's the thing. Something super cool happened at Tiege Hanley HQ, and I thought I would share it with you because it was a first. So Kelley Thornton, our CEO and fearless leader, was recently interviewed by a morning radio show. The station is 560 AM. It's called like The Answer or something like that. I'm not 100% crystal clear on that, but the deal is this. We had to apply. A bunch of businesses had the opportunity to apply to appear on the show, where they would actually come to your location, sit down, interview you, and broadcast from your location. So we applied, and we're like, hey, let's see if we can actually get on. And guess what happened? You know what happened. They said, oh my God, Tiege Hanley, you sound so amazing. Your business, incredible. Mention handsome. It went something like that. Anyway, the series is about like business and entrepreneurship. It's sponsored by like a bank, and so they're doing this thing about business. Anyway, long story short, they came in to Tiege Hanley headquarters. They set up shop, the two hosts, and like their sound guy, and there were lots of cords and computers, which you'll see in a second, and they interviewed Kelley. And so it was really cool. It's a great interview. And I thought that it would be really special to show you since you're kind of a part of this whole thing and everything. So right now, without any further ado, buckle up. Prepare yourself for the amazingness that is the Kelley Thornton interview on 560 AM, The Answer, after which I will come back and answer some of your amazing business questions. Kelley, take it away.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. We're coming to you live from Tiege Hanley in Chicago, part of our AM 560 Signature Bank Business Tour. And we're pleased to be joined by Kelley Thornton, who is the CEO, founder and CEO.
That's right.
Of Tiege Hanley. This is incredible. Also, I have been retained as a spokesmodel, sort of going back to my...
I'm so proud of you. Going back to your roots, really.
Well, going back to my runway days a little bit.
Because you used to be a Victoria's swimsuit model, right?
Yeah, I'm a crossover artist. There's no question.
Oh yeah, here comes Dan. Oh yeah,
so,
he's hot.
So men's skincare.
That's right.
Men's skincare. Give us the idea that you had to serve this market.
Yeah, you know, it just happened one day when my wife looked at me and said, you know, Kelley, you're not getting any younger.
That's nice.
You don't want to get traded in for a new model.
How are things going at home?
Exactly. Great, actually. Now that I'm using Tiege Hanley. I went down to Nordstrom one day to buy myself some new shoes and ended up in the men's grooming department. Walked over to the grooming counter, and the lady behind the counter said, "What are you using?" And I said, "What do you mean, what am I using? What should I be using?" She pulled out some toners and some scrub and some moisturizer, and I honestly had no idea what she was talking about.
And how many years ago was that?
That was about 2015. So I said, what should I be using? She said, well, I've got something really good here for you underneath the counter. And she pulled out something and she said, this is BB tint. It's really hot. You should try it.
And it's like $150 a dollop.
Exactly. It was, and honestly, I was embarrassed. I had no idea what was going on. I said, yeah, give me some of that stuff. I walked out of there, and I said, we can fix this marketplace. We can make it simple. We don't have to spend a lot of money, and we can figure out how to get guys what they need to look good and feel good about themselves.
Wow. So you started this, and just tell us, it's three processes: a wash, a scrub, and then the lotion.
Yeah, we really think that following a routine is an important thing. It's like guys going to the gym or brushing their teeth every day. All you need to do is wash your face with something that's meant for your face and not for other parts in your body, and put a moisturizer on. It's really, really important to protect your skin with a moisturizer that has an SPF. We have a great moisturizer that has an SPF in it. And my partner Rob, who's a college roommate of mine, his father died young with melanoma. We didn't fall into the whole skin cancer thing until a little bit later on, but we realized that it's important for guys to take care of their skin. So wash your face, put on a good moisturizer with an SPF, and repeat again at night with a moisturizing cream before you go to bed, and you're good to go. And it will make a difference. Women have known this for a long time, and us guys are just getting into it.
Now, not everybody is comfortable with their beauty the way that I am, and doesn't want to be considered sort of a metrosexual. And so, how do you market to guys who are like skin creams and eye creams?
Right.
What are you talking about? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get the word out? Because it's not like we were talking off air. It's not like you're sitting around watching the tournament and you guys start talking about skincare.
Right. Well, there's a couple different things. First is, we are really trying to help guys look and feel good. We know that, when you feel good about yourself, and you take care of yourself, and you feel good about yourself, it helps all around. And so it's an important thing for guys to want to take care of themselves and to feel good about themselves, go to work every day, compete in the marketplace, and so we talk about that. But we also talk about the importance of just protecting your skin against skin cancer. So they're two important things that we talk about every day. We're out on the internet having that type of conversation.
Yeah, talk about how you market, because it's really interesting using social media, online influencers, and really marketing online. I've seen some of your YouTube ads now recently, and just talk about how you build audience that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big conversation out, in the online marketplace about what it's like to be a guy. A big, broad kind of conversation that goes on. What it's like to be a guy, and why it's important to take care of yourself. And our partners in this business, myself, Rob, and Aaron Marino. Aaron Marino is a YouTube grooming fitness influencer, and he talks about what's important for a guy to do to take care of himself and to stay in good shape, and how to be a man, and how to take care of himself. So he talks about this online every day, and we help guys understand the
Now, he's not one of those influencers whose parents bribed to get him into USC. He's not one of those kind of influencers.
No, actually,
Okay.
he's not that type of guy.
Okay.
Well, with this whole, selfie generation, you're attracting a lot of millennials because they look at their selfies and think, uh-oh, I'm getting some crow's feet, I'm getting some lines, I'm getting the number 11 in between.
Exactly.
Tim, you're familiar with the number 11 in between?
No, this is all frozen now. I got Pelosi up here. I'm using the skincare below to deal with the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, young guys just, they're on their phones all the time.
Yeah.
And they're taking selfies, and this, social media today, it just has elevated the whole, the whole me generation, and it's important to look good. So we average, actually, our average age of our guys is around 30, but we're pretty equally distributed between, that 30 to 55 and the 30 and under. Our biggest cohorts are younger guys, and it's just because, we're on the internet, and that's where they are, and they're open to it. I mean, younger guys are open to taking care of their skin. So
Yeah, Dan.
Well, I'm a young guy taking care of my skin. That's the whole point. Here's the thing. Just so people get a little bit comfortable too, I think it's important to note, you just started this company a couple of years ago.
That's right.
And it's exploded. So it's not like anybody who wants to try your product is a pioneer or should feel uncomfortable about it. I mean, this is worldwide.
That's right. We ship to 108 countries.
It's crazy. 30%
of our business goes overseas. So we've got guys all around the world, and it's primarily because we're on the internet, and there's guys from both Germany and India and Southeast Asia that are following us every week. We do something really interesting. We vlog every week on Sundays, and we talk about the last 7 days of our business, how to build a brand and how to build a business. Every Sunday we blog, and we're very transparent, and we have thousands of guys. We have 38,000 guys that follow our personal Tiege Hanley YouTube channel, and they pay attention to what's going on. They meet our staff, and we've been able to hire great people out of Chicago and work with great universities here, and we're proud of that. And they follow right along. We're very, very transparent. We feel transparency is an important attribute.
One of the nice with your office space here, this
Awesome.
is an incubator. Just to talk a little bit about this, the West Town area of Chicago, and this business incubator. We spend a lot of time, unfortunately, having to talk about people leaving, businesses leaving, but you do have these incubators around the city and around the region that are providing a glide path for entrepreneurs like yourself.
Yeah, this is a great building. This is ICNC. And it's, as you mentioned, it's Ukrainian Village area. It's a fantastic place for young companies. There's about 200 companies in this building, and they range everywhere from, you know, really just mom and pop startups that are working on, you know, pressing T-shirts, and to companies like ours that have developed products, to you know, larger companies like Farmer's Fridge, which are, you know, the famous green refrigerators you see at O'Hare and around. So and they range from guys that are just literally you know, husband and wives coming to work and working in this building every day, to funded companies like Farmer's Fridge, and they offer great support. They have HR here, and they offer great support, and there's a whole community around these entrepreneurs, which is a really wonderful thing, and that's what ICNC provides. So we're really happy to be part of this family.
So how many skincare companies are owned and operated by guys?
Very few that we're aware of. I mean, that was part of the problem in my mind. My background's in merchandising, and you know, there's a lot of companies out there that are traditionally, you know, they show these, you know, Brad Pitt type of guys with their shirts off with water thrown
Like
against
Dan.
them,
Exactly.
and they're, you know, and that's how they market. They market to guys like that. And it's these big companies that are just, you know, just not talking guys' language. But we're for guys that really understand, you know, what it's like to be a guy, and we're shooting down the middle. We're not after, you know, the Porsche driving guy or the, you know, this elite athlete that climbs Mount Everest. We're just helping regular guys understand that you got to take care of your skin.
And what about teenagers with acne? I'm very familiar with that stage in life that people go through, right?
Yeah, we're all over it. I mean, acne is a really important thing, and it just starts with good, you know, good hygiene. You got to wash your face, you know, and if we can teach young guys to wash their face, and to put a good moisturizer on it, and we have a great acne product that does very, very, very well for us. And it's just about, you know, applying the right cream that doesn't dry out your face, that has the right product, the right ingredients that really nourish your skin, and also contains acne, controls acne, the spread of acne. We've got a great product, and we've got a lot of young guys that are using it and raving about it, and they're all over the internet talking about how great it is.
Oh, good.
And you made reference to it, but just a little bit of your background as an entrepreneur. You know, what you explained why you started this company with your friends, but your background that brought you to this and turned this business so successful in just a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, first off, luck has a lot to do with it. I have great partners, and in the right space at the right time, talking about, I think, some of the right things that guys are concerned about. But I spent 20 years in merchandising, so I really understand the retail landscape. I spent with my previous job, I owned a global design business, and I traveled the world with big global CPGs, understanding how guys shop. And you know, guys just don't like to shop. They don't like to go to the dermatologist either. And so,
or the doctor. I mean, dermatologist is very advanced for some men.
Yeah, it's a little cray out there for guys.
A urologist, yeah, let alone a
dermatologist. So you know, my background is really understanding how guys shop, which is the reason why we're a direct-to-consumer company, because guys don't like to go shopping. So I mean, one of the things we do here is we have an actual fund started by my co-founder Rob Hoxie. He actually, everybody at the company gets a free, in addition to the health care that we provide, but gets a free annual dermatologist screening.
Wow.
And we actually really believe in it. I mean, it took us a couple years to come out and really embrace the importance of preventing skin melanoma, but we do that, and you know, it's an important part of our company, and you know, so.
Super sharp. This is great. Key is Kelley Thorne. He's the founder and CEO of Tiege Hanley, where we are broadcasting live today, part of our AM560 Signature Bank Business Tour. Congratulations on your success. Thanks for hosting us, and continued success.
Yeah, and if you want to buy the product, go to Tiege.com.
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 Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Right here. How about that? That was solid. Great interview, Kelley. Great first interview. Because here's the thing. Tiege Hanley, one of the goals this year is to get out there and do a lot more PR. Get a lot more press, do a lot more interviews, be featured on different things. And so we are actively pursuing that. So much so that we actually hired a PR agency, and we're paying like a small retainer for them to help us, you know, sort of navigate the waters and see if they can get us in some publications and on some TV shows and things of that nature. And so we're working it, we're trying, just because we feel like that could be something just really cool to take us to the next level. But Kelley did an amazing job, and they're only going to get more seamless. Now, in future, hopefully Rob can be on as well as Kelley and possibly me. If we're doing something cool, I would love to be a part of it, but only if they'll have me. They might not want me there. Speaking of wanting, I want to get to some of your business questions. First one is from our friend and friend. He is a good friend of the channel. He's part of the family. Waleed Sabir, what's happening, brother? He says, we're all in a world where competition is tough, where it seems sometimes the only way to succeed is to really differentiate yourself from others. Now, in your context, with a bunch of men's style YouTube channels from left to right, how do you think your content is truly different compared to the other channels out there? Mine's good. I'm kidding. That was a joke. How is my content different? I don't know. In my mind, it's very different than all the other YouTubers. So what I try to bring to the table is something authenticity and a connection. One of the things that I do that I don't know if other YouTube channels, I haven't really seen them do this in my space, is that I'll go deep in terms of talk about things that are uncomfortable. I put more of, I'll actually go out on a limb and say it. I put myself out there in a different way than all of the other style YouTubers. I talk about painful things. I cry on channel or on video, and I'm kind of like an open book. And so that's one of the things that I feel that I do better than anybody else. I feel like I connect on an emotional, deep level. Not that these other channels aren't incredible, but I feel like I connect with my audience. And that's one of the things that I try to do. And so other than that, man, it's a tough racket. YouTube is tough. There are a lot of men's lifestyle influencers, a lot of people that are doing very similar content, and it's incredibly challenging and tough to set yourself apart. But I think the cream kind of rises to the top. It's tough, right? There are so many people talking about very similar things. You gotta try to differentiate yourself from the masses and from the pack. My content has gone through a bit of an evolution, where when I first started, it was just style, right? It was all style all the time. And then it went into style and grooming. And then it went into lifestyle stuff, talking about relationships. And so I was the first person on YouTube to talk about style, to talk about grooming, to talk, not relationships, but I sort of went more broad. At first, I started very niche. And you'll see a lot of these other, newer YouTubers that are very niche right now. They're very specific. They're talking about style specifically, and they're going deep. And I love a lot of their content. And then as they grow, I think they're going to see that, okay, well, I want to go and expand my audience and grow a little bit larger. And so they're going to go and expand into other topics. At the end of the day, it's tough. And at the end of the day, every video I put out, I try to help people feel great about themselves and give a little bit of value in a world that needs more of it. Next question, it's a good one and a tough one. And something that I think most entrepreneurs will face or struggle with at some point. It's from our friend Chris. He says, when does an entrepreneur say to himself, I've done more than enough? Seen as entrepreneurs are always focusing on either expanding or building businesses or creating and working on new ideas. Simply put, how does one know as an entrepreneur when you've reached as much as you could? That is a great question and a tough one. And I think it's something that only you as the entrepreneur can decide for yourself. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. As an entrepreneur that has been an entrepreneur for the majority of his career and working life, and even when I was younger, I wanted to own a business. Like, that's what I was focused on. I've never had like an end goal in mind. I've never known like, okay, when I reach this or when I do this, I'm gonna be like successful, and then what? You've heard the saying that if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. And this applies to pretty much everything in life. You constantly need to be seeking innovation. You constantly need to be trying to grow and expand and just be better. Because if you're not, chances are you're going to stagnate. You're going to stall. You're going to fail because you're going to be moving backwards. And your competition, there's tons of it, nipping at those heels, right? And so if you're not working towards a goal or towards something or some ideal of success for you, you know that your competition is coming and they want to take your lunch money. And so, but that being said, it's different for everybody, right? You've got people that, like take Take Jeff Bezos, for instance, right? He's an entrepreneur. You know, obviously he never has to work ever again in his life. He's got plenty of money, but what keeps the fire burning? It's just something in your gut that wants to keep going and keep building. And that's something that I have. And it's something that I've actually thought about a lot. Like, okay, what am I doing this for? Why am I doing this? How long am I going to be doing this for? When is enough enough? And the answer is I don't know, and I can't, and I haven't found the answer to that. As an entrepreneur, you know, your goal and what you're looking for and what you want out of life is going to help dictate, I think, what that answer is. You know, you've got some people, some entrepreneurs that I referenced last video, that are just happy sort of building a business that's a lifestyle brand. They make plenty of money. They don't want to be rich. They don't want to be famous. They just want to, you know, basically do a good job, make enough money to make a good living, employ people, and just have a nice life. I've got a friend, perfect example, Ben. He's my landscaper. He has a landscape business. Very successful, does really well. He and I always have conversations, almost like weekly. We'll meet for coffee and we'll just talk. And I'm always the one that's like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm trying this and what about this and this and this. And I always ask him, I'm like, so what's next? What's new? And he's like, well, I don't know. I've come to the realization, I've actually said this to him, he's comfortable. And there are some people that just want to be comfortable. And if you're comfortable and you're making a living and you're happy and you're healthy and your family is cared for and you are just enjoying it, why do you need more? Why do you want to put yourself through the stress? And that's one of the things that he and I talk about. For him to grow, for him to expand, for him to double his business, there's a lot of things that need to change, and they all start with him. And how comfortable is he? How much does he enjoy it? And how much more value would he get by exerting this extra money, extra income, extra work? How much more value will that bring him? And for him, the answer is not much. And so he doesn't. And so ultimately, you've got to decide. For me, I'm clawing and scratching and thinking and strategizing and planning and trying to build more and do things, because for me, the thing that I fear the most is not doing something that I thought I wanted to, or that didn't come out right. The fear of not trying something and having regret for me is what keeps me going, keeps me trying. Here's the thing. I failed, I will fail in the future. I fail all the time, it seems like, with one thing or another. But it's a constant, moving forward. It's like, okay, I tried this, it didn't work out, I took a little hit financially, I took a little hit with my time, my energy, but I learned so much, and okay, I'm not going to do that again. Now I'm going to apply those principles, those lessons to this venture, or to make this business or boat faster and stronger and all that good stuff. And so that's my answer. Unfortunately, it's not a straight line. I don't think any entrepreneurial journey is, but you've got to decide what's going to make you happy and then go after it like your life depends on it. I think I'm going to try and squeeze out one more. I know this vlog might go a little bit long, but it's because that damn Kelley just yapping and talking. Exactly. Can't shut him up. Anyway, guys, if I didn't get to your business question in this vlog down below, copy and paste it from last vlog in here. And down below, and start it with business question and then ask your question. Next week, we'll be sure to get to more of your amazing business questions. The last question comes from our friend from Gentleman Within. As someone who once ran a blog and a YouTube channel, what made you ultimately choose one over the other? Were you more comfortable with video, or just enjoyed the video production creation process more than writing? And what are your thoughts on trying to do both equally? So this is a good question. Yes, I used to have a website, or I still have a website, IamAlphaM.com. When I did that, I sort of started posting a lot of stuff. I started posting videos, I started posting articles. I am not a good writer at all. Or I should say, I don't enjoy writing, and I'm really bad at grammar and spelling and punctuation because of my mom sent me to this Quaker school when I was growing up, from kindergarten to first grade, and they taught you how to spell based on this form of phonics called ITA. Anyway, long story short, spelling and writing has not ever been something that I enjoyed doing. That being said, I write every day. I write my videos. I script less now than I used to, just because I've trained the muscle in my brain and my mouth to sort of just have, talking points and be able to kind of just flow and rock it. That being said, there are some friends of mine, like Andy Snavely at Primer Magazine, he hates video. He hates being on camera. And so he is all about vlogging. What the heck is his name? Brett McKay from The Art of Manliness. Another one that was real heavy with the blog and then decided to dabble in video, realized that he's not really feeling the video, wanted to focus on blog, and so he did. You can make it work. That being said, I've always felt much more comfortable, and it's easier for me to just film a video. It also is a lot less time consuming because you can film a video, edit it, whatever, and writing an article just takes more time, in my opinion. But that being said, there are a lot of people that do make a living from running successful vlogs or blogs, and they vlog, you get it. Anyway. And you can do it. I think nowadays, people enjoy video. They don't want to necessarily read as much as they used to. And so I think video is definitely something that you should consider adding if you're going to go sort of like all in with the written word and do a blog. But at the end of the day, I just found like video, for me, video is my sweet spot. Video is what I started. Video is what I love. And I love this. I love there's a connection. There's also a connection difference in terms of seeing somebody, hearing them, you know, learning about them. It's different here as opposed to just reading what somebody writes. I mean, it's different. You know it's different. I know it's different. And so for me, the connection, like we talked about earlier, stronger, and I just love doing this. And so I do, but you can definitely make a living through doing a blog, but you got to have a popular blog. You got to have a lot of people going there, and you know, it's tough. It's, I think, easier probably doing video on, you know, YouTube, and then you know what, I say that, I don't know, so don't take that for fact. But yeah, do it. Both, if you want, or one or the other, but definitely I would recommend including video. Gentlemen, that's it. Incredible vlog. What do you think? Thumbs up? Give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Kelley, right here. Great job. Amazing. You were seriously awesome. What do you think? Give this video a thumbs up if you thought so. Also, guys, down in the comments, if you've got a business-related question, start it with business question. Ask your question. Next week, tell you more Tiege updates. And we got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people, a lot of things. We're getting ready for our quarter meeting that's going to be early April, which we'll definitely bring the camera for. I think it's like 2 vlogs from now, maybe 1, 2. Anyway, it's in a few weeks. It's actually going to be our first off-site meeting, which is going to be interesting. And I'm sure everybody's really excited at Tiege about it, where on Monday, Tuesday, we're actually going off-site. We're gonna spend the night, like hotel. I don't know if we're camping. I don't know if we're roughing it. I don't know if it's like a survival thing where like, I've got no idea what Kelley has in store, but it definitely proves and should be interesting. Guys, we love you more than our double monk strap shoes, and think you are fantastic, spectacular, and super freaking amazing.